welcome into Kim's Craft Time. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Okay, y'all, this is week 3 in the collaboration that I'm doing with Bourbon Creek Crafts. Be sure that you go over and check out Beth and her channel and give her a like, share, and subscribe while you're there. Also, don't forget to look down in the description and check out all the ladies that's also participating in this collaboration. And be sure to, when you visit them, to give them a like, share, and subscribe also. Alright, well, thanks so much for doing all that. Now, let's get down to business. Alright, this is the paper pad I'm going to be using. It's Craft Smart from Michaels. This pretty paper right here in the middle is the paper that I'm actually going to be using today. You might not can see it because of the glare, but let me see if I can move it up for you. That right there in the middle. There's still that glare from that ring light, but that's okay. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to be making a bag, a gift bag, out of a brown lunch paper bag. Now, it is this time of year coming up where we're going to be doing some gifting. So, you know, we definitely don't want to leave out being able to make something to put those gifts in, right? So, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this bag and we are going to cut it at 4 inches. Right here, which is pretty much right at that fold, but we're cutting it at 4 inches. Then what we will have is we will have 4 inches here, 4 inches on the bottom, and then 4 inches here, which makes 12 inches, which is where this comes in at. So, what I'm going to do, first off, I need to see how big I need to cut this. It looks like we are just under 6 1/4. So, we will go just under the 6 1/4. And cut it just like that. Okay, bring the bag over. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to take my double-sided sticky tape and I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to put tape in the middle. I'm not going to completely cover this with sticky tape. It's just not necessary. Okay, now what I'm going to do is bring back in my bag, and I'm going to line it up this way, right here like this. You just want to get it at the top of the bag, and then bring it down this way. Now, something I meant to do and forgot to do was I meant to score this paper so that it wouldn't crack and so it would make it easier for folding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply take this ruler. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because the bag is so soft. And I just want to be able to score right here, right up against the bag. Get a real good score line on it. And then that will help me to fold it real nicely. Just like this. I'm just kind of rocking it in like this. Okay, see, here it comes. It's coming. It's coming on over. Okay, now I'm going to bring it this way just so I can make sure that it's coming on correctly. There we go. Alright. Use my bone folder again to burnish it and make sure that it's good. Make sure, whoops. Make sure that I burnish this. And then I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to bring, whoops, well before I do that I better this time I won't use the ruler, I'll just do it this way. There we go. One more pass. There. Okay, now let's see if we can walk it on over. See, it's not walking quite as good because I didn't burnish it as good. And I know y'all are probably thinking, how are you going to do that? Just wait, you'll see. It's coming. There we go. I got it walked over. Now what I need to do, I'm going to open the bag up. And then I'm just going to simply roll over on to this. Okay, I know y'all can't see what I'm doing, but all I'm doing is just rubbing this down to where it covers the bag. And somehow or another, I've got a little paper left. Not sure how that happened. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take, I was going to take my ruler. It might be easier to take my scissors and just clip that off right there. Just nice. It doesn't really matter if you don't get it 100% straight if this happens, because we are going to be covering up this rough edge. So no biggie. There we go. Now I was noticing that somehow or another, see how it's not right up against the bag? Or what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and just make it stick, because I just feel like that it would just be better that way. Just anywhere that I'm seeing white, I'm just kind of rubbing and just sticking it to the bag. It's just going to add some stability in on those edges. And I know y'all can't see what I'm doing there, and I'm sorry for that. Okay. Well, that's the general idea right there. Okay, so now, you know what? That is just not sticking. I'm going to have to trim this up just a little bit. Now, here, if you have this to happen to you, be very, very, very careful. Because what you could easily do is accidentally cut the corner of your bag, or the edge of your bag, and you don't want to cut the edge of your bag, because if you cut the edge of your bag, you'll have a hole in it, and of course then the bag won't work like you want it to, because it won't be strong enough to hold anything. There. Okay. But at the same time, you want to clean up those edges, because you don't want it to look bad, right? So let's just clean up these edges. Just watch what you're doing very carefully. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing very carefully. But I'm also trying to hurry, because I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, that's good enough. Now what I'm going to do, I've already cut out from some lightweight chipboard, a little white board here. I'm just going to lay it in the bottom. I've already pre-measured and everything. So that way that'll look nice. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do just a little more than that and take and put just a couple of strips of this tape. I'm not going to put a whole lot. I just don't see a need to put a whole lot. Just take a couple of strips, about 3. And that way it will hold this down in the bottom of the bag. Take my pokey tool and pull that straight up. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to just lay this down in the bottom and burnish that in. Okay, so now that we've got that done and the bottom is stuck, we're going to take some of this red paper and give it even a little more stability by giving it a lip. Alright, so I think I'm just going to take and measure this with this, because measuring the other way didn't seem to work quite as well. So there we go. Now I'm going to just take this paper. It's just a red sheet of cardstock. And there we go. And something's telling me that's probably need to take a hair off more. So there we go. Okay, so now I think I want it to be 1 inch by 1 inch. So let's do it at 2 inches. And if I go to put it on and don't like the way that that looks, then I'll do it a little differently. But we need one for both sides, so let's do the other side. There we go. I do want to score this, so I'm going to pull out my brand new We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard. Alright, remember I cut this at 2. Actually, looks like it might be a hair under 2, but that's okay. I'm going to measure it at 1 and just come straight down. There we go. And then we're going to do the other side the exact same measurement at 1 inch. Okay. So now we're going to just simply fold this over and burnish it real good. We'll do the same thing with this one. Okay, and then we're going to take and check it out, make sure it fits, and it does. It fits quite nicely. Alright, and then we're going to take out the art glitter glue, and we're just going to get it in the frame so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm just simply putting down some glue. And I need to put it on both sides because it's going to go on the inside of the bag as well. So we'll just come over this way and do this. Okay. Good thing about art glitter glue is it does dry clear, so that little bit right there that got on the red won't even be seen once it dries. I don't know if y'all even noticed that red that got, that glue that got on the red, but it did. Okay, see, just like that. going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to just open it up. Okay, let me pick this up because it's just twirling all around with me here. Okay. And then we're going to lay that on this side the exact same way. Alright. Alright, fold it down. And let's burnish it really good. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to fold this, flip this over. And I'm going to burnish it down real good again. And so this is what we've got so far. Alright, let me put my pen back in my glue. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to punch some holes because I'm going to use eyelets. Okay, so I'm going to set this at the depth that I want it to go. I don't really know exactly how deep I want it to go, but that looks like that might be pretty good. Now let me try that and see. Actually, I think I can go a little deeper. Can go just a little deeper. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be sure that the holes are even. Yeah, that's the spot I want right there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, now that I know for sure that I've got that, I want to find where I want them by using my centering ruler. For the moment, I'm going to take out, well, I can't, I've glued it down. I was going to take out my support. Let's see, we'll just do it this way. I'm sorry, y'all can't see what I'm doing. But let me find my center. Alright, I got my center. So now I know where my holes need to be. Put one right there and the other one right there. And then turn it around. Find that center again, which is about right there. Okay, so now that I've got that, I am using the smaller hole. I don't know if you know that the crocodile has two holes. It has the small one and then it has a little bit bigger one. I am using the smaller hole. Also, when you're doing this, be very careful because I made a prototype bag and I wasn't paying attention and it ended up poking a hole where I didn't want it. So there we go. Perfect. Perfect again. Alright. Again, making sure I don't get it. That one didn't punch very good. Let me go back and try that again. There we go. It went all the way through that time. You mark off my pencil marks here because it didn't go that low. Perfect. Okay, so that is that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and use the smaller little You know, I do not know the technical name for this, but this little thingamadidgy sticking out right there, we're going to use that right there. It actually goes, whenever you, I don't know if you've ever used the crocodile to set an eyelet before, but we're going to put the eyelets in like this. And then we're going to take the crocodile and we're going to, yeah, like this. Had to think about it, sorry. Put that little thingamadidgy and just simply, I'm trying to move my hand out of the way. There we go. Snap it like that, and that's how you do an eyelet. Okay, now that I've got all of the eyelets in, now what I'm going to do is take this green cording and I'm going to run it through like this right here. I'm going to take my pen back out of my glue and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right here on the end. Couple of different reasons for doing that. My favorite reason is because when I tie the little knot on the end, it will make it a permanent knot and it won't come out because it's glued. You just got to be sure that you get it nice and low where the glue is at, just like that. And see, it's not going to go anywhere. So before you glue it though, be sure you put it through the little hole. Just like that. And then, just like I did a second ago, we're going to put a little bit of glue. This part can be a little messy. You might want to have a little damp rag or something by you. I don't really have a damp rag, but I have a little blue microfiber towel that I can use. Alright, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Tie this knot. Again, you know, just make sure it's on the end where that glue is, and it will stick. Okay. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what tag I want to use. But this little guy is going to hang right in the middle, like this. And I'm going to use one of these tags. I don't know which one yet. This was a little cut apart, actually, from the paper pad. And so was this. And you know what? I really like this one. And the reason why I really like this one is because look at this. It looks like it was made to go with it. And I really like it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use this one as the tag, which means I need to turn it into a tag. Just like this. Oh, I'm using the rounded one instead. But you know what? I kind of like the rounded one. I'm going to stick with it. Whoop. There we go. Okay, see how cute that turned out? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and poke me a small hole right in the center right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of this gold ribbon, or not ribbon, but cording, and I'm just going to go right through here like this. And then I'm going to just simply hang it right there, I think. I think that would look good, right in the center. Only thing is, let's see. Hear the jingle bell? Yeah, the bell hangs in front of his face. Well, maybe I can take and bring this over here to the side and tie it right here. How about that? How would that look, y'all think? Or, better yet, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to try taking it through the hole. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to take it through the hole because that's already through the hole. So, and I'm just going to take and tie that into a knot. But I'm going to do that a little bit later because that's going to take a little bit of time. And I just want to get this done to show y'all what it's going to look like. Okay, so we're going to glue this down right in the center. And that is probably too much glue. But let's hold it there for just a minute and let it catch. And show y'all the finished project. Okay, I don't know if it's caught, but this is the finished project. So there you go. All right, well, thank you again for stopping into Kim's Craft Time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And until next time, y'all be blessed.